Stay safe.
Stay active.
And stay healthy.
Hi again, Year 3 and 4. It's Mr. Croucher here from PASS, Physical Activity Sports Specialists. I hope you're all staying safe, active and healthy. Now, today's lesson is all going to be about football. Okay, so we're going to be looking, and our lesson objective today is to develop the skills that are dribbling, turning and passing. Okay, so we've got 3 skills that we're going to concentrate on today. Okay, to try and improve. If we're already good at them, that's fine. We're going to try and improve them and make them even better. If we never tried them, okay, we're going to see if we can develop some of them skills. Now, for your warm-up, okay, or before we start actually, you will need to go and get some equipment. So you may need, well, if you're at home, okay, or at school, you will need a ball of some sort. Now, if you don't want to use a football, some of you will be at home and indoors, okay, the best thing to probably use is a pair of rolled up socks, okay? So you will need to find a ball, whatever you want to use, okay? So if you need to pause the video here and go and get your equipment. Excellent. Now we should all have a bit of equipment that we're going to use for our warm-up. So I would like you to stand up, okay? Now, for our warm-up, we are going to do some different activities with the ball standing still. First of all, we are going to do some toe taps. So watch first, and then I'm going to show you, explain what we're going to do. Okay, so the first one that we will do is some toe taps. So just watching first. Okay, so touching the ball with our feet. Alternate foot. Okay, and that's toe taps. Okay. The other one we're going to do is something called penguin feet, okay? So using the inside of our foot to keep that ball moving to and fro. Okay, so only using the inside of our foot with this one. Good work. Then we're going to do some ball rolls, which means we're going to put our foot on top of the ball and roll it to the other foot. Then do the same with the other foot. Okay, so the ball is then rolling, and then you can speed it up. Okay, so we've got them 3. Then we've got step overs, okay? Now some of you have probably watched football. You've probably seen Cristiano Ronaldo, Neymar, Messi, okay? They all use a step over when they're dribbling the ball. So we're just going to step around the ball, okay? This is a good skill to try and fool the defender of which way we're going, okay? So I'm going to call out one of them words, and I want you to try and do it. So toe taps, foot, alternate feet on top of the ball, okay, penguin feet from side to side, ball rolls from one foot to the other, and then you've got step overs. Are we ready? First one, toe taps. Okay, so keeping that ball as still as possible, just putting your toe on it, and step overs. Good. With the step overs, you can go a bit faster if you need to, if you want to. Good. And ball rolls. So rolling that ball from side to side. Keeping the ball under control. Good. And penguin feet. So using the inside of our foot. Good. And stop there. Good work. Now if you want to continue doing that game, okay, and whoever, if you've got someone with you that can help you, okay, they can call out the activity and then you can do them. So pause the video here if you want to continue doing your warm-up game. Right guys, so we're now going to put the ball to one side because we're just going to do some stretching. So put our feet apart, arms out wide. And what we're going to do is, keeping our legs straight, we're going to try and touch our right hand to our left foot, then come back up, then left hand to our right foot. So do it slowly, so you need to come up after every one. One more on each side. Good. Excellent. Hold it on one foot. If you need to help balance, hold your ear, put your arm out, or focus on the spot in your area. And the other foot. Good work. Good. We're going to put one leg out in front, front leg bent, back leg straight. And put enough body weight a bit further forward and swap over. Again, front leg bent, back leg straight. Good. And shake off your legs. Good work, guys. That's our warm up done. Pause the video here to go and get yourself a drink, then come back once you're finished. Right guys, so you should now be nice and warm. Now, for our first activity, we are going to look at dribbling, okay? Now, there's lots of parts of the foot that we can use to dribble, okay? We don't just have to use the toes, okay, or the inside of our foot. There are some others that we use. Now, when we're dribbling, okay, we can use the inside of our foot, the big flat part here. We can use the outside of our foot, we can use the top of our foot, and the sole of our foot, so the bottom of our foot. Okay, so we can use all parts of our foot when we're dribbling. So we're going to look at different ones and see how hard they are. Okay, some of you will find them harder than others, some of you will find them a little bit easier. So I would like you now to stand up in your space with your ball. And what we're going to do is, first of all, we're going to look at the one that we normally use, which is the inside of our foot. Okay, so we use this for passing and other things, shooting, okay, when we're dribbling the ball around. So, if you can use both feet, excellent. Okay, if you're a bit weaker on your left foot or right foot, whichever one's your weaker foot, okay, then use your stronger foot. But I want you to try and use both if you can. So, just dribbling that ball around your area. Your area is probably bigger than mine. Okay, keeping the ball moving. Don't let that ball stop. Also though, don't let it go too far away from you. So keeping it under control at all times. Going in different directions. Good. This one should be the easier one out of all of them. Good. And stop there. This time, outside of the foot. So, using the outside of the foot to knock the ball. So, just the outside. Again, try and use both feet. Keep the ball nice and close. If you can only walk to start with, that is fine. If you are a bit more confident, you can start to jog with the ball. Okay, the smaller touch is obviously the better, because then we're in control of that ball and it's not going to go anywhere. So always thinking about using the outside of our foot. Can we keep that ball under control? And foot on top. Good work so far. This time, we use the top of our foot. So when we kick the ball with the top of our foot, our toes need to be pointed to the floor. We don't use our toes in football. Okay, we try not to, because we can injure our toes quite badly if we use them. So we keep our foot pointed to the floor and just touch it with the top of your foot. Okay, so just pushing the ball with the top of your foot around. Again, try and use both feet if you can. Go a little bit harder this one to keep control of that ball, because you have to move your body a little bit more. Good. And stop there. Good work. Now we're going to use the sole of our foot, so the bottom. So we're going to be rolling the ball, because we don't kick with the bottom, we roll the ball. First of all, I just want you to stop with your foot on top of the ball. You're going to roll it forward, stop it, roll it back, stop it. So forward, then back. Just getting used to rolling that ball with the sole of your foot. Can you do it with the other foot as well? Forward, forward, back. Good work. Right. So now I want you to dribble around your area using the sole of your foot. Okay, so you might try and use both feet again. The ball shouldn't be going too far. Notice that mine is hardly rolling when I'm touching it. That is because I've got a small space as well. Okay, but it's also showing that I'm in control of that ball with this part of the foot. And obviously when we control the ball, we normally stop the ball with the sole of our foot as well. Okay, now we did some ball rolls at the start, which you can add in if you want to. And stop there. Good work. Now, if you want to, stop the video here and have a little practice at each of them. If you want some more practice with them ones. If you think you're ready for the next one, I want you now to get 4 cones. If you're in a school, you can get 4 cones. If you're at home, 4 pairs of socks, okay, or anything, cushions, and then just lay them around in, and it doesn't have to be in a diamond, okay, it could be wherever you want to put them. Just make sure this one's in the shot. Perfect. So I've got my 4 different cones there. If you need to pause the video here and go and get them, that is fine. Then we're going to continue to dribble around, but this time these 4 cones are going to be our defenders, so we're not allowed to touch them. So using all different parts of the foot, not just one, can you add all different parts of your foot, controlling that ball around your markers. So just using, again, if you want to just use one foot to start with, okay, using them different parts of the foot. Then if you want, you can go on to 2 feet and using both. Okay, so we can go around each cone, seeing if we can go around them all. That's it. Try not to touch them. I touched that one, which wasn't very good. Okay, and stop there. I now want you to practice doing that one. Okay, see how many times you touch the cone in a minute. Now obviously we don't want to touch the cone, so if you stay on 0, that will be perfect. So pause the video here and have a little practice of that one. Right guys, so we are now going to make a little bit of a challenge of that game. So this time, if you've got someone to help you, so if you're in a school, you might have a teacher that can say this word, okay, to help you out. If you're at home, you may have a brother or sister that's around, or a parent that's around, that can just give you a little shout of what this word will be. Okay, and if you're by yourself, then that is fine. I just want you to practice doing all these little turns. Okay, so this time you're going to be dribbling the ball around the area. So just watch him first. So I'll be dribbling around the area. Whenever the person says turn, okay, I need to turn and go the opposite way that I was going. Okay, so you can go in different directions to start with. As soon as you hear the word turn, turn to go the other way. Okay, so again, there's lots of different turns that we can do when we're playing football. We are going to look at them after. I want you to have a little explore first though, to see if you know any. So pause the video here and then come back once you've had a go at that activity. Right guys, so you should have had a look at them different turns, okay, and see which ones you've come up with. Now we're going to look at 2 different turns today. Okay, and them names of them are a drag back, okay, and a Cruyff turn. Okay, now the Cruyff turn was made famous by someone called Johan Cruyff, who used to play football. Okay, he was Dutch, okay, and he invented this turn. So we're going to look at that one. But first of all, we are going to look at the drag back. Okay, now the drag back is nice and easy. It's using the sole of our foot. Okay, so some of you may have come up with it already. So, watch him first. You will stand up. Okay, now you may want to have a cone as a defender. So I might put my cone here. Okay, I will then dribble the ball towards it. Now before I get there, I'm going to put my foot on top of the ball. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag the ball back away from the defender and turn my body. Okay, so again, dribbling the ball up, foot on top of the ball, drag the ball back and turn my body. That way I'm going away from the defender, and once I've got my body in the way, the defender cannot get the ball. Okay, so a bit quicker there, turn and back the other way. Okay, that's the first one that you're going to have a look at. So can you pause the video here and have a little practice of your drag back turns? Good work, guys. So now we've got our Cruyff turn. So this one a little bit more difficult. Again, I'm going to show it from both sides because it's a little bit harder to do this one. So this one, you're pulling the ball up. Again, before you get to the defender, you will put your foot that you're not kicking with next to the ball. Okay, you're then going to put the foot that you kick with around the ball, using the inside of your foot. You're then going to pull the ball back and turn. Okay, so if I come towards the camera and do it, I'm going to put my foot next to the ball, non-kicking foot next to the ball, kicking foot around, push the ball back and turn. Okay, so once more, foot next to the ball, round, push the ball back and turn. Okay, so again, a way of turning away from the defender. Once I've turned, the defender now can't get the ball because my body is in the way. Okay, so I now want you to have a little practice at your Cruyff turns. Right then, guys, so you should have now practiced them two turns. Now we're going to go back to the bit that we did before, when your parents or whoever's helping you, if you've got anyone help, saying to change direction. This time you're going to be dribbling around and they are going to say one of the turns. Okay, so if they say number 1, I want you to do a drag back turn, and if they say number 2, I want you to do a Cruyff turn. Okay, so just a quick demonstration. You'll be dribbling around your area. Okay, if I said 1, drag back turn, then I continue to dribble the ball. If I said 2, Cruyff turn and turn away in the other direction. Okay, so that's what I want you to have a go now. Obviously, again, if you've got a teacher that's helping you, that is fine. They can call out the numbers. If you've got someone at home that's around, they can call out the numbers. If you haven't, okay, just say them in your head and practice them turns. Okay, the more we practice, the better they're going to get. So, can you pause the video here and then come back once you've had a go? Right, guys, so we've now looked at 2 of the skills that we were going to be looking at in today's lesson, dribbling and turning. Okay, we should have improved some of our ability on them. Now, the last one we're going to look at today is passing. Okay, now passing obviously is a very important part of football. Okay, because we need to pass to our teammates. So there are 2 parts of the foot we are going to look at today for our passes: inside and outside. The normal one we use is the inside because it is the flattest. Okay, and the biggest part of our foot that we can kick the ball with. Also, we get more accuracy when we use it. Okay, so that's the part we're going to look at first. Now, to start with, you will need to find a space. If you're in a hall or at school, then I'm sure you've got lots of space around to do this in. If you're at home and you're outside, I'm sure there's a bit of room. Okay, but if you're indoors, you just need to find a wall to kick the ball against. Okay, so I'm going to kick the ball against this part of the wall. Obviously, we're not going to kick it hard, okay, because we don't want to break anything around. So when we're passing the ball, we use the inside of our foot, so we're going to put it at a side angle like this. We're going to put the foot that we're not kicking with next to the ball, and our toes should be pointing in the direction that we want the ball to go. So I'm then just going to push the ball forward, okay, and it should rebound roughly back to me. Okay, it won't always come right away back. So push the ball forward and then it'll come back. Okay, and that's all I want you to do to start with. Just pushing that ball. Again, not hard. Okay, you might need to get the ball because mine's not bouncing back to me properly. Okay, so you might need to pull it back and then do it again. I want you to practice doing that, obviously with both feet as well. Okay, so putting your other foot there and just pushing that ball forward. Okay, so can you now practice that? Okay, pause the video here then come back once you're done. Right guys, this time you are going to need 2 markers, okay? So I'm going to put my 2 markers down over here, okay? And they will need to be a little part away from each other so the ball can fit through the middle, okay? Depending on your ability and how far away they're going to be. So this time you're going to stand up away from it, and you're going to try and pass the ball through that gap in between the socks, okay? So using the same technique, using the inside of your foot, making sure that other foot is pointing in the direction you want the ball to go, okay, and just pushing that ball gently through your gate. Now if you're at a school and you're working in pairs, then you can pass to someone else, okay, so just pushing that ball through to a partner, or if we're working at home, against the wall. Now if you're finding it easy, you may move the cones in a bit further, so it's a lot harder, okay? So you've really got to be nice and accurate when you're passing that ball through. Try not to touch the cones. If you start to touch the cones a lot, then obviously the gate needs to be made a bit bigger. Okay, so I want you to have a little practice at that one, then come back once you're done. Right guys, so we're going to do one more activity with our passing. Now this game is a very good game to practice, okay? So it's called square passing. Now if you've got someone to work with, then that will make it a lot easier. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do it without someone, okay? And then you will probably work out how to do it with someone anyway. So basically, you're going to try and make a square with the ball, okay? By passing the ball to you and your partner. If you're working by yourself, you are going to be making the letter U, okay? Going back and forwards. So, you only need 1 cone for this one. So I've got my cone here in front of me. I'm going to start on my right foot. So I'm going to push the ball forward. When the ball comes back to me, I'm then going to roll the ball across behind the cone and pass it with my left foot. Then the ball comes back, I roll it across and pass it with my right foot, okay? So it's 1 foot to the other foot. That is if you're doing it by yourself. Obviously, if you've got a partner, you will pass it one way, your partner will then go across, and then the ball should come back on this side, and then you're going round to make that square, okay? Now, I want to see who can do the most in 1 minute. So I want you to have a little practice first, then you and your teacher or whoever's helping you at home, okay, are going to count 1 minute, and you're going to see how many times you can go round in that square, or you if you're working by yourself, okay? So have a little practice, then have a go at the challenge. Once you've done that, come back and we'll do our cool down all together. Right guys, so we have come towards the end of our lesson. Now we're going to do a cool down in a minute. So you should have now improved on some of your ability to do your dribbling, passing and turning, okay? Best thing to do is to keep practicing these, and then they will get better and better, okay? Now, for our cool down, we are going to play a game called the body parts game. Some of you have probably played it before. If you're in some of my schools, I've probably played it with you in lessons, okay? Very easy game to play, okay? But you need to be listening to them body parts. So you will be dribbling around. I'll show you very quickly. So you'll be dribbling around your area, okay? If I say a body part, so I might say knee, you have to stop the ball with your knee and balance, okay? Then we go again, and I might say bottom. So then we have to stop the ball with our bottom, okay? Now again, if you've got teachers, they can help out with this one, or even join in. So, starting with the ball at our feet, and we're going to start to dribble around. Try and use all them parts of the foot that we've talked about today. If you want to add turns in, then that is fine. And your foot. Good work, good. And we're back on the dribble. Foot. Good work, good. And we're back on the dribble. Good. And your knee. Good work. Keep going. So dribbling around. Keep that ball nice and close. Bottom. Good. And let's go again. Chest. Good work, and go. Back up. So they're getting a bit harder now. Elbow. Good, and go. Ooh, what are we going to do next? Ooh. Your head. Good work, last one. Make sure we get them turns in if we can. Using all the body parts of the feet. And your bottom. Excellent work, guys. Really, really well done. Get yourself a quick drink. Right, so really well done today, guys. You've worked really well. And I hope that you've enjoyed your lesson on football. Okay, and I'm sure I will see you soon for another lesson. See you all later, guys.